Hey, what's happening, YouTube family? My name is Marvel. I'm back again with this new video. Thanks again for tuning in. I really appreciate you all. If you guys watched my very last video where I talked about what was happening on my farmland, well, actually, the intertribal conflicts that's been taking place for the past couple of months now. But unfortunately, this has reached, near my farm because my farm is located at a place called Plateau Bateke. So this is like a tribe that has always existed. But I don't know how this conflict started. But apparently, that opposed the two tribes, which is Bateke and Bayaka. But when this spilled, it got closer to where I own my farm. But because of that, people have fled their respective residing places to lay the place to these militia claiming their territory or claiming their land being sold to foreigners, right? So this was at the center of this conflict. It really isn't like a very organized militia groups, but according to rumors, it's like this has a lot to do with other politicians who belong to these type of tribes. And sometimes it begs the question, why would you want to put young kids' life in jeopardy just because you were trying to reach your electoral or political objective? This is sick. In the process, a lot of people had lost their investments. That includes me. You guys have been watching my channel for a long time now to know that I launched my pig barn projects, which was complete, and I was very, very excited to come to the capital, just like I did to pursue, where I left off, meaning that I had planned to build a chicken house while I'm here. On the top of it, I had multiple other projects that I had going on for my farm. But unfortunately, when I got here, that wasn't the case. I came to find out that, these conflicts occurred at the vicinity of my farm. And there were actually people were buried right in front of my farm. So I was there this week. As we speak, there is peace. Peace took over. The government deployed, military groups out there and police forces. So they have done an incredible job to maintain the peace in that area. But when this conflict started, a lot of villagers had to evacuate. So they ran away. They ran for their lives because nobody wanted to be involved or get caught in the crossfire between these militia groups and civilians, right? So that's why the military had to step in. But luckily, this is under control. But unfortunately, my guardians, the guy that I paid to, keep an eye on the farm and make sure everything runs smoothly, is alive, but he had to flee as well. So he fled the area. I don't even know where is he now, but my other guy told me that he's staying at his mom's house, but I didn't get a chance to see him. So remind you, I've had bought pigs feed probably a week or two before I came to Kinshasa. So it's tons of them out there. So even when I went, I still saw the chicken. I still saw the pigs feed. But the reason why I'm doing this video, rather than me showing you the whole experience, is that I used the camera and the profile setting that I utilized is really giving me a hard time to edit the video through my computer. I've been trying to figure out different ways to do that, but unfortunately, I haven't been able to do so. So I actually had invited a friend who's very, very good with this computer and filming stuff to take a look at it and see what's up with it. In the meantime, I can just sit down without updating you guys on what's going on. So I really, really hope that you learned something from this, but it but I'm actually happy that peace has been restored. Everything is fantastic now, and this has revitalized hope in me, right? I know I am going to continue with my projects, with my ambitions, or with my farming ambitions, but that's not going to happen this time around. You know what I mean? Because the conflicts just ended. Even when we went to the farm, we had to go through checkpoints. There were actually four, maybe three, maybe four checkpoints that we had to go through. It was like, military checkpoints, and there were like police force checkpoints, and all of that stuff. But we had to identify ourselves. But good news is my brother is very well known in that area, especially him being the one who's usually around the farm, making sure everything is fine, including my cameraman guy, the guy that films when they go to the farm, as well as my guy, Mukoko, who's also a really, really nice guy. He really, you know, takes time to make sure everything is, taken care of. He's also very well known, but we didn't really have any sort of complications whatsoever, which is a good thing. I was a little bit nervous when we went there, but everything ended up being just fine. So we made it through the farm and everything that they planted. Remember, I shared the video with you where we planted multiple things. That includes avocado, safu, palm trees, and plantains, as well as acacia. Everything is growing just the way they should. So we just got to keep an eye on them. So now we just have to make sure we do weed control. But just bear with me here with the video that I'm already working on. If my friends comes over and figures this out, I'll be able to edit the video and share that with you. But in meantime, I want you to just hang in there. And if you're still considering purchasing or buying a land in our area, you could, but you may probably end up getting it much cheaper at this point. But for me personally, I gotta be honest with you guys. I know there's peace, but it will take a little while to feel, to be convinced to pour more investment into it. So the piggery that's those builds still gonna remain there, and I'm not gonna move forward with the chicken house projects now. So the poultry projects has been discontinued momentarily until I figure something out. But while this happening, I just wanted to make sure that you guys are aware of that, right? And also, I'm gonna be sharing with you, my new project. So this one thing I never revealed to you guys, I also purchased some residential lands, which I am going to start the building process really, really soon. And I had to go like through local officers to get some paperwork that I needed to make sure before I start my project. So that is another thing on my mind. There is another thing that I'm working on, and I would just need more funds to it. Like the money that I had already brought with me here, I'm actually going to get started with my real estate business. Well, this is going to be a very, very long journey, but I will just make sure I document everything for you guys to see. And I'm doing all of this to motivate and also let you guys know that a lot of things are possible in Congo as long as you're willing to put efforts to it. You know what I mean? And that is exactly what I'm doing now. So my new plan has been revealed, so you guys know what I'm up to. But at the same time, I've collaborated with a lot of people from overseas when I was outside of the country, and I had to meet with friends and their other political figures that I was in touch with for other, you know, objectives too. But that's probably another thing that, we'll have to talk about. But long story short, if you've been watching me, you probably know that my ultimate goal has always been to move back to Kinshasa or to Congo generally. I would like to discover my own country because the potentials that this country has. But there are so many things that we also have to discuss as far as like moving to Congo and doing business here. But I'm gonna share that with you in a separate videos. But in a separate video, but I just wanted to keep you updated on what's happening with the farm. That everything is fine. We went there. There was no gunshots, no nothing. everything went off just fine. All right. So thanks again for always coming back to watch my video, guys. That really, really means a lot to me. And make sure to stay tuned and continue to come back to watch more videos from my channel. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on those notification posts so when I drop a video you get them. And also make sure you share this video with a friend, because this growing small YouTube channel is really starting to get more attention. And I've been able to direct people to the right direction, and I've gotten emails and feedback, positive feedback, and some feedbacks aren't so positive. But remember, guys, I always told you this, that whenever you're coming to Africa or in Congo, because I advocate more for Congo, you will really have to take time to look around and see who you associate yourself with. Take your time to make sure that people that you are planning to do business with are reliable, serious, and honest. Because in Congo, there are a lot of con men, man. I gotta put it to you like that. A lot of people are very, very interested in your cash than your ambition. So you really have to be careful. You know what I'm saying? Don't just distinguish. You have to treat everybody the same way until you gain their trust. So when you first just walking in, really, really take the time to do things the right way. Otherwise, you will regret coming here to Congo. The country itself, it's got a lot of potentials, but a lot of people out there are ready to take advantage of you. Let me just put it to you like that. This is real talk. But that is a video for another day. Hey, man, I appreciate you coming back again. And please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Until the next video, I'll see you guys soon. Peace out. Have a fantastic rest of your Thursday.